So I just finished draft one of my new novella that is going to be coming out soon. I don't know what the title is going to be yet. I'm still undecided with that. And I'm still undecided with who or what the cover is going to be as well. I haven't decided if I'm going to go with the same cover artist or like the redesigned cover artist that I did for Swan of the Night. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But yeah, anyway, so I finished the first sloppy copy or like first draft of my new novella. Okay, so I'm going to explain a little bit more in depth of what happened. So anyways, Swan of the Night was my indie novel. Then it was going to be two novellas. And then it went back to being one novel. It's still going to be one novel, but the reason why it's taking longer than expected is because of the move and then just everything that was happening in my life. And I didn't want it to be rushed. I didn't want to just publish it just to publish it. And I didn't want to just have it out just to have it out, if that makes any sense. And the whole time, like while I was working on Swan of the Night, I had maybe two other projects that I was working on, phases, and then this other secret third novella project that I was working on that was super close to my heart. It's a story that I have been working on for a long, long time. It's just been in the back of my mind, a story about, someone who can communicate with animals. Just something that I always wished I could do. Yeah, it was so much easier writing a novella than writing Swan of the Night. I honestly liked it and I liked the experience much better, I will say. I was talking to my husband earlier and I was telling him how it was so much more interesting writing a story. It was almost like writing what I was seeing versus writing the character's thoughts. And it was just very interesting. It was an interesting experience as a writer, and especially as like an untrained writer, if that makes any sense. Like I didn't go to college for this. I didn't go to school for this. Like I am just writing just because I purely love writing and I love reading books. And that's just who I am. So right now the working title is The Heart of Miranar, but that is subject to change. But we will see what happens in the next maybe month or 2 months. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens. I'm really excited with how everything's going, and yeah. So it's definitely been an adventure since we moved to a different state. It's definitely been an interesting experience. We left a majority of our friends behind in our former state, and now we're in a new place. And it's been kind of hard meeting new people. It's been kind of hard getting kind of back out there. But at the same time, it's been fun exploring a new city. And it's been fun just kind of resetting up our new apartment. We have a lot more space now. Here's a clip of Rafi just not wanting to interact. And yeah, so as I was re-putting together my studio, I was organizing some of my stickers back in their rightful slots. For those of you who don't know, on this channel started as an art channel until I kind of delved more into the book and the writing community. But I still do make stickers and I still do sell them on the side just for fun. I like just sharing my art with people. I think it's really silly and cute. A lot of people don't like bold black lines, I've come to learn apparently, but I like black lines in my art. It's just kind of how I am. I have always done it that way. But yeah, so if that's something you want to check out or support, my Instagram for that is WoofieCute, and you could definitely check that out if you like handmade stickers. But yeah, this is me just kind of organizing them, going through each one. The Just Be Yourself sticker you just saw, that's a freebie that comes for free in every order. And a majority of these stickers are $2, just because they are handmade and they're water resistant. They have like a water resistant laminate over them, but they're not completely waterproof because they're not vinyl, and they're not manufactured stickers. They're all handmade by me, all cut by me, drawn by me, etc. So if anyone wants to check that out, feel free. But I just like organizing them and keeping them in like a nice setup, if that makes any sense. I don't like having to dig through a box of stickers every time I want to complete an order. I just like knowing where they are, so. So here's the final cover design for The Heart of Mirandar. Working with Arash, my cover designer and formatter, was an absolutely amazing experience. Either way, no one in the village had seen or heard from one in decades until now. And then I have my little blurb. 20-year-old Lan is no ordinary gardener in her quiet mountain village. Gifted with the ancient powers of the Shen, Lan's abilities lie in her communication with the magical creatures of the woods. But when the balance of the forest begins to wither and dangerous poachers threaten to control the creatures she'd come to love, Lan must fight with the very gift that is both her blessing and her curse. To protect her home and newfound friend, Lan must venture deep into the heart of the forest. As she faces the trials of her people and the wrath of the spirits of darkness, Lan discovers that saving the animal spirits of her world may demand more than just power. It may require the courage to overcome an ancient enemy and the strength to heal what was never meant to be broken. Because there are those who would use beasts as tools to twist and control rather than nurture the wild within. I'm just in the process of my indie novella being finished in regards to formatting and cover. The cover is done. I put that in before, as well as the description. I don't know if I'm going to do character art yet. I might later on, right away, maybe not. But yeah, the formatting is almost done. I just sent in the information for the back cover, like, you know, the blurb that you just saw, and as well as my author bio and my author photo. I'm super excited for everything to be done. It's coming together really well. I'm super happy with how the cover came out too. I wanted it foresty, whimsical. I wanted that green background. But at the same time, I kind of wanted it almost looking in a more... Because I've noticed, at least in book trends and book cover trends, that a lot of fantasy novels have very, like... How do I describe it? It's a very, like, whimsical, but, like, they all have very similar covers, if that makes any sense. And something about mine is that I wanted it to look a little bit more sci-fi-y, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It is a YA fantasy novella. But at the same time, I wanted the cover at least to have the stylistic choice, I guess, of a more fantasy novel. I mean, indie words today. Sci-fi novel. And the reason why is because I feel like there's a lot of elements of theme in regards to sci-fi, not like what's actually happening, but just like the themes of what's happening, if that makes any sense. Like looking a little bit deeper about like what's actually going on with the main character and what's actually going on with her protagonist and such. I feel like it's a little bit more sci-fi than fantasy. That's just my own opinion. But it is a fantasy novella. Anyways, I'm super excited with how it's coming out. It should be out soon. I'm not sure. I'll probably do a video when I order a proof copy, because I'll be really excited for that. And yeah, so look out also. So I've recently been reading Moon Soul by Nathaniel Luscombe. I've really, really enjoyed it. And that's actually going to be the next indie book review that's going to be on this channel. It originally was going to be The Sandblood Magician by Robert Blaine. Unfortunately, I had to pack my physical books away for the big move, but Moon Soul was on my Kindle and I read it, so that's going to be the next one indie book review that's on this channel. But the actual paperback copy, because I ordered a paperback copy because I loved it so much, is going to be arriving actually later today, or I think it's in my mailbox. But I'm going to be filming that video soon, so be on the lookout for that if you're looking for a good, like, indie novella read. This is a sci-fi fantasy read, but it's very good, and I am going to do a video on it soon.